Hey all, thanks for clicking on this video. Welcome to the channel. So for this video, we're going to be smoking a brisket. So part of opening a business is, especially barbecue business, is you have to know what you're doing. I have not yet done brisket on my smoker yet, and that is something I really need to practice. So we're going to be smoking a lot of briskets until I open. So this is the first one I'll be doing. We're going to get it trimmed up, and then I'm going to show you guys what to do. Alright y'all, so when we're smoking a brisket, we want to cut off all this extra fat, as well as cut off anything that will not render down. So this huge chunk of fat right here, as you guys can see, this is just too big. This will not render down at all, so this is going to go. We're going to cut this off. And already I cut into the meat. I do not do brisket very often, actually. I mainly kind of just stick to pork, mainly pork butts and ribs. Although I do have done brisket in the past, I'm still very green at brisket. It's not something I do very often because, well, brisket is not a cheap cut of meat. So, like it used to be back in the day. So, I mean, this brisket right here cost me, I believe it was $74. And I have another one in the fridge right now that's cost me 66 bucks. I'm going to trim this bit off here. I really should have sharpened my knives before I left work today. It's alright, we'll make do. So this side right here, this giant piece of fat here, we're going to take that off because, well, it's a big piece of meat. It's a big piece of meat. This is a big piece of fat. This is too big to actually render down. So yeah, this is going to go. This is just going to take up volume. Alright, as you can see, we got the brisket trimmed up. It is by far definitely not the most prettiest looking brisket out there. Definitely needs a lot of touch up. Needs some improvement. This is what I did for now because, like I said, guys, I don't do brisket very often. I mainly just stick with pork, mainly pork butts and ribs. So every now and then I might try brisket, but usually I do it on a pellet grill, not a hardwood reverse flow smoker. But you see, guys, this is just what it's about. As I'm getting closer to opening, I gotta learn how to do this. And the only way I'm gonna learn how to do this is through trial and error. So, trial and error. Definitely made some errors on this one. Hopefully next time I'll be able to recognize what I did wrong in this one and improve from there and keep going until I nail it. But for now, this is what I did, and you know, I will say I don't think it's actually half bad. I actually think it's a pretty decent one, pretty decent job. Like I said, needs a lot of improvement, but that's how it works. Alright, so in the past, whenever I have done brisket, I've always used olive oil as a binder. However, I forgot to get olive oil at the store today, and I'm fresh out here. So today we'll be using mayo as a binder instead. The thing about a binder is that you don't taste it. It's just supposed to help the seasoning stick to the meat just better. And mayo's what I got right now, so we're going to use it. Alright guys, so we're going to use the mayo on the fat cap side first. Just slather it all over. And then for our seasonings today, we are going to be using some seasonings I made myself using just throwing together salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, ground mustard, and cumin. As I go through learning how to do brisket on my smoker, I'm going to be playing around with different seasonings. This is just a custom one I made today. We're going to go forward, and whichever one we like the best, that's the one I'm going to use on all my briskets when I open. When it comes to brisket, never be afraid to go heavy on the seasoning, because the heavier the seasoning you use, the better bark you're going to get. And everybody loves a good bark on their brisket. Alright everyone, now that we got our brisket trimmed up and seasoned up, what we're going to do next is we're going to stick it in the fridge and we're going to let it adhere overnight. That way the seasoning can just set in, really get into the meat. It can do a lot. Trust me, when you let the seasoning adhere, your meat is always going to be better. Alright, got it in there. It's going to sit there, adhere, and then we'll get it on the smoker in the morning. See you guys then. Alright Alright everyone, good morning. Got the smoker heated up. Got the brisket seasoned, as we did the night before. And now it's time to go put it on the smoker. Alright everyone, the smoker's hit 250 degrees, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the brisket on. But before we do that, we're going to use this thermal probe here. We're going to stick one probe here in the flat. Yep. We're going to stick another probe in on the point. So, yeah. We're going to get this right on here. We're going to get that right in the center, right on the top rack. I'm going to turn this thing on. There you go. Then we're just going to close it and just let it ride out. So the reason why we're going to be temping is because this is my first time doing a brisket on the smoker. I eventually would really love to get to a point where I don't have to use a thermal probe, where I can just look at it, I can just tell by the feel of it that it's done. But until then, this is first time even doing a brisket on my smoker like this. So we're going to be using the thermal probe. So there you go. And what's going to be nice about this is that we can just monitor that. We don't really have to open this, lose any heat. Then all we really got to do is just tend to the fire. All right, so I'm gonna throw a very mini log on the fire, as long as this piece of bark. All right, so what we're doing is we're smoking over hickory wood. I actually would have gone for post oak, just because post oak is a lot more common with brisket. While hickory works very well with any type of meat, hickory does have a very deep smoke flavor to it. It's often referred to as like your grandpa's workshop smoke flavored. I absolutely love hickory. I find hickory is the best for pork, mainly pork shoulders. I've won competitions using hickory before, but they didn't have post oak today, so I just had to go with hickory. Alright y'all, so the brisket just temped in at about 162, 163. So that's really good. That's kind of what I like to wrap around 165 area with pork. With the brisket though, it's really more so, yes, it does help to have a temp, but you also really want to look for those visual clues as well. And right now that brisket is looking just like it's a perfect time to pull it and wrap it up. Alright, as you guys can see, this brisket has shrunk a lot. Alright guys, so now that we have the brisket here, ready to be wrapped, we're going to be using Reynolds wrap, because this thing, I don't have butcher paper, and I also forgot to get the actual tin foil that you're supposed to use. Brisket, for brisket or barbecue in general, so we only have the small kind, so it's going to take a lot of wraps, or a lot of foil, but yeah. Alright, we got the brisket wrapped. Let's get it back on the smoker. Also guys, pro tip by the way, if you have a really nice piece of clothing, like my sweatshirt, my Duck Commander sweatshirt right here, do not wear it while you're barbecuing. It'll get messy. Wear some old clothes or wear an apron. This was just really stupid of me to do this. I wanted to wear something that would look really nice in the video, because it's my favorite sweatshirt. It looks good. But yeah, that's a pro tip guys. Wear old clothes when you barbecue, or wear an apron. Trust me. Alright y'all, got the thermal probe back in. We'll put it back on here. Then it'll be done hopefully soon. Well, not soon. We like a low and slow here at Ranger's Northstar BBQ. Alright y'all, so the brisket just hit 203 degrees internal, which is amazing. So typically people like to go about 200 degrees internal or 205 internal. However, I'd like to go right in the middle. 203 degrees is the ideal spot that I found I like. So, brisket just hit that. We're going to pull it off. Check it out. Oh yeah, boys, she's juicy. Oh yeah, so you see that right there? That is good, yo. That is juicy. See how it just kind of, see how it just kind of moves around like that? It's very loose. It's very good. It's a good sign. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna put the meat down for a little nap. Okay. We gotta let it rest. That way it's gonna lock in all that juice. It's gonna sit there. Just keep it in, and then after about, I say, 2 to 3 hours, we'll cut into it and see how we did. Alright, there goes the belt. Got it hooked. Now I'm gonna have to clean this. Alright, we'll check it out in a few hours. Brisket's done, so we're gonna cut into it now. Oh yeah, that's nice. So we're gonna cut this right here, cut the flat off at the point. Oh yeah. That's nice. That's beautiful. Stack that right on top here. I'm just gonna do a light squeeze test. That's juicy. Alright. Oh yeah. Holds up against its own weight. That's what you want right there. That's good. That's good. Seasoning has a bit of spice to it. That's that pepper in there. It has a nice pepper bark. Though I'm not tasting as much salt as what I would like to in this brisket. And I can definitely taste a little bit of that cumin in there. I don't know if this is the right season to go with. That's why we're doing this series, everyone. Learn how to do brisket on the Black Bullet Smoker. So next time we'll do probably a different seasoning. Maybe I'll make one myself, or maybe I will use a pre-made one. So yeah. Alright guys, thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace out.